Cabin crew lifestyle, is it still worth it today? This is the topic for today's video, ladies and gents. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since the last time I posted a video. There's a few reasons why. I had a few weeks vacation actually, and I had to run some errands back in my home country of Romania. I had to work on some things back home, so I needed to take a break for that specific reason, and I didn't really post anything meanwhile. Even on Instagram, I took a social media break, which was very welcomed, and I think sometimes everybody should do that. Back to our topic, cabin crew lifestyle. Is it worth it today? Is it worth it to apply for one of those airlines, Etihad, Emirates, Qatar, and other good such airlines? Is it still worth it to apply to become a cabin crew and to fly the world? Well, mainly yes, but there's a few reasons that this topic is debatable. And of course, I have to say this lifestyle is great. You have the opportunity to fly all over the world, ladies and gents, from east to west, from north to south. You can explore all the corners of this wonderful world that we're living in. And no, I don't believe the world is flat. You are welcome to contradict me in the comment section down below. The world is not flat, yeah? But as a cabin crew, regardless of what you think, you will visit it. You will visit it. All the continents, right? A lot of countries, depending on which airline you choose to go for. And that's a great thing. That's a wonderful thing because traveling is so costly nowadays. If you want to travel nowadays, airline tickets are expensive, hotels, booking stuff, it's just a headache, and everybody wants to travel. Everybody wants those Instagram pictures to show your friends and family where you've been to and all of that stuff. Exploring the world. You are Christopher Columbus searching your new world, right? Anyways, you're doing that no matter what passport you hold. As you guys know, some passports are better than others because of politics and because of geopolitics and because of world situations. And as a cabin crew, getting hired as a cabin crew, you skip all of that. You have a crew lane in the airport and you respect that crew lane. You go with your team and that's it. That's basically it. You are in the country. It doesn't matter that your passport is not strong enough or usually you need visas. It doesn't matter here. You will travel to that country. So yeah, it's a great job, right? Money-wise too, it's great. But this is where I wanted to come to, right? This is where I wanted to arrive at this topic, the topic of salary and money. As you guys know, there is a lot of inflation going on nowadays. It used to be 2% per year, right? Every year, inflation rises by 2%. But nowadays, in the past 4 or 5 years, the inflation is off the charts. COVID, all of that stuff, what happened? The inflation is high. And it keeps on being high regardless of what the central government's trying to do. Now, what is inflation? Basically, it means that the price of goods and services keep going up. And usually the salaries cannot keep up with it, right? Inflation, the value of money is less and less by each passing year. How much is $100 worth today and how much is $100 worth 50 years ago? Is like mind-boggling. I don't know how much. I actually Googled it. Okay, so I actually Googled it just to show you. $15 in 1974 equals $100 today. So basically the value of $100 today is $15 50 years ago. That's a difference of 550%. So due to the fact that airlines, generally speaking, don't keep up with inflation, your salary is worth less, even though the salary is good. The salary in those Middle Eastern airlines is good. You will have plenty of money to use on your things. You can save up, buy an apartment, maybe you can buy a car. It's a pretty decent salary, and I cannot talk numbers. Unfortunately, I'm under contract and I'm trying to be very professional about it. But let's say irrespectively of airlines or not, you earn $3,000 a month. In UAE, in the United Arab Emirates, this salary 8 years ago when I arrived, it was like a blessing. I go out to eat, I go for a nice dinner, it's $15. I put some petrol in my car in UAE, that was $20. When I first arrived 8 years ago, it's $20 to fill up your car. $20. Now everything is more expensive. If you go out, you take a girl, you buy some nice drinks, you go for a dinner, that's way more expensive than it used to be. If you fill up your car, if you buy groceries, groceries are way more expensive nowadays than they used to be when I arrived. And I know this is all over the world. It's a common thing, it's a common phenomenon, but today's salary being similar with one in the past, it gets you much less than it could. So when I arrived in UAE 8 years ago, I felt rich. I felt like my money goes such a long way. And it's funny because I remember I bought my first car after 6 months or 5 months of being in the UAE. Cash, of course. I never took a loan for a car or any other thing. The only loan I took was when I bought my apartment, and that's a different story. My point is that what back then was a luxurious job nowadays seems more like a normal, regular job in the context of the UAE or Qatar or, you know, those airlines and those kind of jobs. It's not like it used to be. This is for sure. Cabin crew used to spend money on so many things, so many random stuff. They used to travel a lot. They used to, you know, buy 2-3 apartments within 10 years. And that was possible. Nowadays, how much is the price of an apartment in your home country? I don't know where you're coming from, the viewer, but I'm pretty sure it increased, I don't know, a lot of times since then. So yeah, this is inflation for you, ladies and gents. Irrespective of this, is the cabin crew lifestyle still worth it? Is the money still enough? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. At the end of the day, you do get a good paycheck. Your utilities are paid for. You don't pay for accommodation here in the UAE or Qatar or working for those types of airlines, or rather you have an allowance for accommodation, which is nice, which is great to have. And it's one of the reasons many people relocate here and they want to work here for a Middle Eastern airline. Is just a good deal. And this is the truth. Now, yes, inflation takes and bites away from your salary, from your money, from your luxurious lifestyle that you maybe wanted to have. Maybe you will not buy 3 Gucci bags, you'll just buy 2 this time around. But I know, I am very aware that this happens all over the world and it's not an isolated phenomenon. Many salaries are not keeping up with the level of inflation. And for everyday people, for regular people having a family and, you know, depending on that little extra every month, that can be a killer. But for a cabin crew, for a young person, a young professional that just came into this job, it doesn't represent much. It just represents maybe a little less than it used to be a long time ago, if that makes any sense. So yes, still apply, still try to travel the world because it is a good deal after all. And me, after quite a few years working for one of those Middle Eastern airlines, I love living on the seaside. I love the weather out here, even the summer, let's say in a smaller capacity. It is overall a good deal and you get drawn to it. You like it. It's like an oasis in the desert and you get drawn to that mirage. What do I do to counteract inflation and to keep my head above the water at all times? Well, I do manage my spending well. I have an apartment that I bought back home. It's paid for nowadays and I'm renting it out. I also own a lot of crypto, a topic for another video. Ladies and gents, we're going to talk about crypto pretty soon. And, you know, I invest in things. This is my thing. I save my money, I invest it, and I try to multiply it, right? It's very important to have a balance of assets and liabilities. If you take debt, just take enough debt to buy something that will bring you money. Otherwise, if you take debt and you buy a Gucci bag, you buy the newest iPhone with a debt, right, with a loan, that's not very financially responsible in some ways. So it really depends. Everybody's different, but that's what I try to do. I always try to look forward, save, invest, and this is the way I keep myself up all the time. What do you think about this discrepancy, the luxurious life versus a more casual one? Do you think it matters much? Regardless, if you're coming from a country where maybe the average salary is $500 a month and you come here, you maybe earn 3,000 or more, that's a pretty big upgrade, inflation or not. It is a pretty big upgrade. Now, ladies and gents, more videos coming soon, a lot more topics. I know I didn't have the time to make videos. I also took a break for my vacation. Many of you were asking on my Instagram, Alex, what's happening to you? Are you still posting? Are you dead? What happened to you? But no, I'm still here. I'm still alive and kicking, and more videos coming for sure. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching. What do you think about this topic? What do you think about inflation? Bye-bye. See you guys on the next one.